Good idea.
Good evening, everyone. This is Debbie Wetzler, and I'm coming to you on January 29th, the last Tuesday of this month. I hope everyone's having a happy new year so far. And tonight we're going to be training. I thought I would show you some of the forms that people might not realize what they were in your back office library, because I'm not sure everyone knows you can do some of these things. So I am going to share my screen and pull up some of the forms that we have in the back office. And this might bring up some questions, but it's fine. The first one I'm going to bring up is the 7-day binary placement change request. And I will also ask if there's anything that anybody has that they would like to know more about in just a few minutes, but I'm going to go over these forms first. Binary placement change request means that somebody has signed up somebody and they forgot to move the side, the placement preference. So maybe the person goes in on your right and you wanted them on your left, or they go on in the left and you wanted them on the right for whatever reason. Maybe it's balance, and this is probably if you haven't left it on balance or you've chosen a side and forgot to change it, whatever happened. And you want two people to work together, or you needed more balance in your tree, or whatever it is, but you would like to be able to do this. So I always suggest, for new people especially, go in and look at your tree after you've signed somebody up. Make sure they're on the side that you wanted. The best way to do this is not to have to do this, because this is a real hassle, can be, especially if you have to go through compliance, which a lot of times you do. They give you 7 days to do this. If you don't do it in the 7 days, it's impossible to get it changed. They will not change it. So you have 7 days to change this. And but the best thing to do is to always remember, especially if you're just beginning, go into your menu and let me log in again and show you. Thank you for always logging me out. If you go into menu, My Account, if you want somebody on a certain side, you go to Placement Preferences, right under My Account. Click on it. You can put it on balance. The computer will determine which side you need more people on. You can put it on the left side or right side, and then you click Update. And then the next person, you have to do that before you sign someone up. The next person will then be on that side. So back to this binary. So if you've determined that you've signed somebody up on the side that you don't want them, I would suggest calling your upline diamond immediately. If that's me, you call me. Because sometime diamond support, which we have access to, would be able to move them without going through compliance if you just did it. They can maybe switch the sides, especially if they haven't signed up anybody underneath them. Make sure if you do that, tell them not to sign up anybody else quite yet until you get them moved. Because if there's anyone underneath them, again, then it's almost impossible to get them moved. I'll just tell you that. So you have to fill this out, of course. Associate sponsor requesting the change. So if I was doing it, if I put somebody, it would be me. The associate being moved would be Roxanne. The current associate placement would be on my right side. I'd want her on my left side. All that. It's pretty self-explanatory, but you do have to get signature. So you either have to get power of attorney. So you either have to get power of attorney from that person or permission, especially if they're in a different state, because otherwise you're sending them a form, they sign it, they send it back. It takes a while. So that's why it's much, much, much easier just to put them in the right place to begin with, because they don't like moving people very much. But that is available to you in case that happens. So that's that one. The next form is the 7-day personal sponsor change request. Now this would happen mostly if, say, I was trying to help Roxanne sign up somebody, and I accidentally go to my own site and I signed up that person, then I would want to change the sponsor because it was supposed to go under Roxanne. All right. And so I would have to put in for a 7-day, and you have to do this again within 7 days, personal sponsor request change. So again, you fill it all out that it would be me. I wanted them under Roxanne. I made an accident, I did a mistake, whatever. And I'd have to, again, you're supposed to go to the associate being moved and ask them for their signature. Well, new associates don't even much know where they were put to begin with. And so this can cause some problems sometimes. They're like, why are you moving me? You know, and in an associate sponsor change request, it would be easy to explain. I accidentally signed her up. You were supposed to be under Roxanne. And they're like, yeah. So you can get their signature. Again, if they're in a different state, if she was signing up somebody in California, I would ask permission to sign her name. Is that okay if I sign your name? She gives permission, I can do that. But again, it's much easier to make sure you're going in under the right account to sign somebody up. So if you're helping somebody, make sure you get out, because your computer can flip you back in. If I've got all these different ASEA sites open, it can flip me right back into my own account. And I think I'm helping somebody else. So make sure you get out of all of them, close them all out, then log into their account. If you've got that permission, you don't even have to log into their account. I could go to, say this was Diane Bartholomew's account. I can just hit join right there. I don't even have to log into her account to help her if I've gone to her account. So I could type in www, I can get her number, type in the number .teamasia.com, I get right to Diane's account. So if I was helping her sign up somebody, I'd go to her account, I'd hit join, and I'd sign up that person. Hopefully she's got it on the correct side that she wants them on. So anyway, but that's how you can help somebody. I could go to Orlando's site that way. You just type in their distributor number. You don't have to know what name they chose or anything like that. You just type in www, their distributor number, .teamasia.com. If they're anyone on your team, you can find out what their distributor number is. I'm assuming everybody knows how to do that. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. All right. So that's the sponsorship change. Okay. So I'm going to, stop. Okay. Business entity registration form. Now, some people come in and they want to use their business name and their EIN and all. I mean, that would seem to be a hassle to me, but I do go under an LLC. So mine's Enlightened Wellness LLC. So I do business under that, and I just put my own personal name so they can find me on the front of my account. I do that for protection, of course. As you start making more money, you might want to think about doing that or an S-Corp. S-Corp is very helpful as you start making more money with the new tax laws and stuff. But anyway, so this is what you fill out if you want to. You have to fill out your own name, and then the name of your business and the address and everything like that. And then you have to fill out if it's a proprietorship, doing business under an assumed name, corporation, LLC, partnership, trust, or other. So any of those things, if you've got a partnership with someone or, some people, like I know one of my friends did an LLC with both of her sons in it, a partnership in it. So she filled that out. So all two of her sons and her would have equal access to any of the profits coming in. So again, this is something that you might think about in the future. Most people don't need it unless they already have a business and they want to run it under that business when they're first starting out.
In fact, Debbie?
Yes?
Shortly after I joined, I decided to do that. And it was actually very easy. I worked with compliance and they got it done very fast.
Yes.
And just like what you're doing, I may have the identity, but in the background, which is really good, to, like you said, to have that layer of protection.
Sure, absolutely. Then if somebody ever decided to sue you, they're suing the corporation. They don't get all your assets necessarily. It's just a thought for people. Owner transfer form. This would take place if you wanted to sell your distributorship to someone, or if, I'll just use it for instance. When David Silverman first got in, because I don't think he'd mind me telling you this, he signed up his dad. His dad had the health issues that he was, and his dad, got the product for the whole time and everything. David didn't want his name on anything. He was a royal diamond in another company. And so once he saw what this product was doing, though, for people, his dad and others and stuff like that, he got very interested in the business. Well, his dad never wanted to do the business. So what he did is say, Dad, I want to buy yours. So he built his dad's distributorship to bronze, and then they transferred ownership. So it went from Mark Silverman to David Silverman. So that's how David, had signed up, basically. So sometimes, or say you had a child that wasn't quite 18 yet, and you had somebody in your downline and they had one of your top spots, and your child turned 18 and they wanted to start doing the business. Well, you might want to give your child or somebody that you really care for, or somebody, that position. Again, they have to build it to bronze first before they can take it over. So they'd have to work under that, and you'd have to have forms to say that as that money was coming in, that other person would leave it there because it would really belong to your child instead of that other person. So it's, it's a legal thing, but anyway, then you can transfer the ownership. So there's many different reasons why you might want to transfer ownership, but they have that form. You pay SIA $150 for that transfer fee, and you've agreed to read the terms and conditions and all that kind of stuff, and you have to have the permission of the person selling it and, of course, the person taking it over, that kind of thing.
So, Deb,
yes,
you and your husband, my husband's primary, I'm secondary. If anything happened to either one of us, we'd have to sign it over to the other one, or
no, you're both on the same distributorship, right?
Yes.
Yeah. No. It just goes, if something happened to one of you, it just goes to the other person.
Okay.
Now, if you want to leave this and then if you both pass away, say, if you want to leave it to a child, you do have to put that in a will. And then they can take it over and benefit from the income coming in. And they would have to turn in a certificate of death, which they would have then, and then put their name on your account, and then their name would go on it. So I know the only way they take off people, so I've had one person die in my organization, and I either had to turn in a certificate of death to get them taken off because their spouse wanted nothing to do with it. We had to turn in a certificate of death, or I did find the obituary because I didn't want to bother her really, and I sent that to them and they took him out. So that's, again, a legal thing that they have to have and do for that. Any questions on that? Okay. I don't know if people know that there's a retail sales receipt. If you want to sell somebody a case of yours, you can get a retail a sales receipt, basically. Once you've put their name and everything on that, again, and I'm pretty sure that this is still true. I probably should check before I teach this, but if they try it and they decide they want their money back, if you've got a sales receipt for it, ASEA will give you your money back, basically, because you've still sold the case. to them and you owned it. So as far as I knew, I know that used to do that. So, but it's, it's a good thing to do if you're selling product at all for income taxes returns and stuff like that, to have receipts and to have the person sign it. So that's a very useful form if you're selling product. Most people don't want to sell it out of their homes, but occasionally it might be something you want to do. A trade show request form. Here's one that not many people know you're supposed to do. If you want to be in a trade show or a health fair, any kind of stuff, you're supposed to go through some compliance for that. And you're supposed to fill this out. I don't know that many people know about it or even do it, but if they find out, they could, I guess, yell at you, I guess is what they would do, but whatever. So you're supposed to fill this out and turn it in a minimum of 1 week before the trade show to compliance so they can look it over. There could be some things that they don't want you to be in, or they may want to know about some of the trade shows that are going on as far as, what they are, so they can, say you have to be very compliant when you're representing this company. So they want to know about things. So, so they want to know a detailed description of the trade show and convention. So if it's, a health fair, they want to know about what that is, the list of materials and product to be used, a written script of your presentation, because again, you can't say anything uncompliant, your goals for the trade show, such as number of desired leads and names and associate ID numbers of all participants in the booth. And this is in case anybody reported anything pretty much to ASEA, and especially around the DC area, you could have the FDA anywhere. So you're standing there saying, oh my gosh, my mother's cancer went away and this and that, and they call ASEA and report it. They need to know who it was and why they were there and what they were saying. So there's many reasons that they want this form filled out, but a lot of people don't even know about it.
Debbie?
Yes.
Hi, I'm sorry. I always see that. Oh, Debbie? Okay. Question. That's a great thing to know about, because let's say trade shows, you think of normally a larger event, but something as simple as maybe doing a seminar where, you're asked to be a guest speaker and speak on ASEA. So I'm assuming that you would use the same form. Let's say if I'm working on something now where I could, may want to do a partnership joint seminar with somebody at my local library, so I would need complete a form like this. Is that correct?
Yes, and you'd have to turn in what you were going to say to ASEA.
Okay.
Because I know yeah, go ahead.
And I'm assuming there's, of course, scripting, stay within these parameters when you talk to the public about, ASEA.
Yes.
Okay.
Again, no medical claims and no, I mean, you can't use, I had to bring up, who just said this? Oh, we were in the presentation on Wednesday night with David Silverman, and one man brought up how he put it in a nebulizer. Well, I had to get up right after him and make a disclaimer and say, we don't treat or cure. I mean, a nebulizer is a medical term.
Right.
We all put it in nebulizers, but you can't say that in public. So they want to know exactly what you're saying. And again, I did a marketing piece when I was in Envision. They filmed me and wanted to, and they asked me all kinds of questions. There was a guy from compliance sitting in there with me to make sure that whatever I said, was compliant, or they were going to cut it right then and then redo it. So they are very particular, as they should be, because we want this company around forever. But if we got in trouble, we could very easily be shut down.
Right.
So be very careful.
Great. That's good to know. Thanks for answering the question, especially since we're in the Washington, D.C. area. Of course, we're closest to the seat of government, so anyone could pop up at any time.
We've had FDA sitting in our audiences many times.
I'm sure.
But I mean, they were there because they were interested, but
right.
We still had to be very careful what we said. So.
Absolutely. This is great to know. Thank you.
Absolutely. And then this is also, the forms is also where the preferred customer and the associate application forms are, okay? So I beg people, my people especially that I train, to always have an associate application form with them, or several, and especially if you're doing an in-home or something like that. Make sure you have the forms. It is so much easier for you to pass out a form and have them start filling it out. And it asks for everything that you need there. So in an associate one, it's going to ask them for their date of birth and their social security and all that kind of stuff right on the form. Now you can tell them you will shred that afterwards, so that doesn't get anywhere out there. But it's a great way because they're just sitting there filling it out, and then you can put all their information in. And it asks for their credit card number and everything, because inevitably, if you're just asking them for information, you usually forget something that you need, because you need their name, address, billing address, shipping address, if they're different, their phone numbers, their emails, because you have to have one, and social and birthday and what their website's called and their password. And people always forget, unless you've done this for 8.5 years like I have. But it's easy to forget something. And so, because I can't tell you how many times I've helped somebody put somebody in, and then I'll get to the credit card and they go, "Oh my God, I forgot to ask for that," stuff. And I'm like, "Well, did you want to put yours in?" Anyway, and this also gives the packs up at top, so it's right there in front of them, and you can sit there with them if you want and help explain what they are, because it just says business pack and stuff. So you might have those forms there also, because there's the form in the back here with all the pictures of each one in that also. And preferred customer, again, doesn't ask for as much information, that you just need their shipping and billing address, that kind of thing. So those are the forms. Again, a lot of people don't even know that they're back here. There's all kinds of stuff about Advancing Life Foundation and how to donate, and there's the Life in Ecuador. There's the Human Trafficking Hotline flyer and the OUR infographic pages, which is Outreach Underground Railroad. Okay. I forgot what the O stands for, but the Underground Railroad. And do you guys all know about the recognition social media graphics and stuff? Just about to do some of that. So you click on that and it brings you to this, and you click on recognition graphics. So again, I am full promoting your people, basically. So we just had somebody go gold in our organization, Betty Seeley. And so I would go to the gold executive and I would click on it, and it gives me congratulations on achieving gold executive. You can put that, you save that, and then it's in your photos. And you go to Facebook and you click on photos or add a photo. You put this up there. And if you have a picture of her, if she's on Facebook, that's easy to get. You can put that next to her, and there you've congratulated your team member. And she's on Facebook, and you can put this on Dream Struggle Victory, and congratulate. You can congratulate anybody. You can congratulate them on their first enrollment, which is right here. You can congratulate them on their first preferred customer. You congratulate them on reaching any of the ranks, or if they've just joined you, you can congratulate them for joining the ASEA family. You can congratulate them on achieving the Diamond Summit. You've got somebody a diamond underneath you, one of yours. Fast forward recognition. You can congratulate. I'm just about to do that for someone. I have a brand new person underneath me that just completed a fast forward, her very first. She's 26. So anyway, those are all, and again, you go through and save them to your pictures. I have a folder labeled ASEA logos. It's got the pins, and it's got congratulations on achieving that. And you just click on that, any one of them, and you can right click on it and it says save as, and then you save it as a photo into a folder, and then you've got it. And then you can just go to your pictures anytime you need to. And then there's, and then they also, if you're doing business cards or you want to make flyers or anything like that, all the ASEA graphics are here. So you can go to the via source image and pull it up. You can save the source image. You can put that on a business card. You can put it on a flyer. You can put it anywhere. And it's the official one from them, so you know you're doing a Life Max bottle image. There's Life Max. So the library has quite a bit of things that you can use. Redox Photo Bundle. Where did that go? So yeah, it's another one you have to click on. So there's the bottles. There's the bottles in a yoga pose. So again, they have a lot of things that you can use. And if you like any of these images, again, I don't put ASEA on my business cards, but because I don't want them to go Google ahead of time. But if you want to put it on your cards, that's fine. There's banners here that you can get and you could reproduce. There's a lot of places. Vistaprint, I know, makes banners, and a lot of times they're less expensive. I'm not sure ASEA, they had a sale on their banners. I'm not sure they're even selling them anymore, which is where I got mine. But you can send this to Vistaprint and get banners. If you go to a lot of shows and you want to look very professional, that's a great way to do it. Again, here's your business. Here's your Kosher Certification. I've been asked that a couple times. Is it all kosher? Yes, it is. Here's a Smart Wallet guide. Here's the enrollment kit flyer. So again, here's all the kits that you can get. This is something else that you should have printed off and carry with you so that you can show people what is in each of these kits. Here's your business packs. Here's your entrepreneur packs. And if you've got an ASEA associate application, you should have one of these to go with it so they can see what's in their packs, so they know which one to order and which one they can afford. And it looks very nice if you print it off in color and then just put it in a sleeve. You can just use the same one over and over because they're going to have this up, I'm assuming, for a while. It has changed, but over the years, but this is what we have right now. Here's a welcome letter. So welcome to the ASEA family. They've done it for you. And again, if you're enrolled, well, Jeannie does this whether or not you're enrolled or not, but they do send out a welcome letter and a series of them to any new associate that enrolls. And they can click on it and they can learn a little bit each day about ASEA for 5 days. And they can click on this, would like to share it also, and they can fill out their what is that called? Like an ID background type of a thing, why they were interested in ASEA and all this kind of stuff, and they submit that to Jeannie, and then Jeannie sends that to you, so you can know that they want to make $10,000 a month, and that they got into it because of their health, but now they want the business, or whatever it is. Jeannie sends that all to you. So I just wanted you to know all the different. There's so many different things in your library, in your back office. Here's our mission, vision, and values statement. Here's the success guide. If you want to train new people, the success guide is an excellent way of training your new people. They've really put it all in there. We keep trying to reinvent the wheel, but it's right there. Here's bonus pools, income disclosure statement. This is the new statement. I hope everybody, that's under business, and I hope everybody's seen this one. If you were at Envision, you saw it, and they just went over this with us on our diamond call. And so it didn't matter what the lifetime rank was, just so you know this. They took whoever was being paid. We have about 26,000 people that are being paid in ASEA, basically, because that's all the people that want to do the business so far. Not very many. There's a lot of people out there. And they took my salary for an average. And if my salary happened to be averaged at a triple diamond, then I was averaged in with this. But I could have been ambassador double diamond. I still would have been put in the diamond one because they don't care what your lifetime rank is. It's what I'm actually earning. So that's the actual earnings. This happens to be, a high that's been made. And so this director could have made this high one time and then never gone on to do anything else. So, but these have been made, and these are the averages, and then this is the low. And these are just the percentage of active associates, the percentage of active directors. So this has nothing to do with how many associates are signed up, because the associates weren't even added into here. It was just the directors and above. So anyway, they had to disclose that for the FTC and everything else. So they don't love doing that because it doesn't look very good. But these are, when you get, that's why we say it's so rare to go into the ambassador diamond, because here's, of all the associates, here are the active, it's 0.009 ambassador if you get to that rank. Anyway, but that's a very good thing because, we love it, because if you're showing somebody, if they have no interest really in the business, but they want to make a little bit of extra money, to get to director 300 or 700 is not that hard. But this monthly income here, that could be a car payment for someone right there. And this could be a house payment for somebody. Just at director and director 300 and director 700. And that's wonderful to be able to show them. That's, again, it's very easy to do. You have to get there on a regular basis to get paid that monthly. But so if you're director 700 every single month, then that's what you make. That's a pretty good salary. So anyway, it's a great thing to show people, to show and those are actual numbers, so they can't be fudged or anything. The ethos trainings are back here. Jerem Webb at the 2018 Envisions. This is where they'll start posting. And they did post a couple of the new things from Envision back here. I think they have Chuck Funky's, and he did a fantastic job of tying in that new income statement with what it costs to go through medical school and how much it costs and how much then they're in debt when they come out. And he compares what some of our people make as far as being compared to a surgeon. And, it's just a very eye-opening presentation. So it's supposed to be back here somewhere. Oh, there it is. 2019 Envision presentation with Charles Funky and then Justin Wilson when he went over. So they're starting to post the Envision presentations up there. They had to get them through compliance again first, and then they can post them. So you'll start seeing some of the Envision things. And for people on your team that couldn't go, please make sure they're seeing some of these if they're interested. Any questions else on anything else in your library?
Debbie?
Yes.
Those trainings, are they, I couldn't see because the computer was cutting off the column, but is that under like a training column, what is it, the ethos and some of the other trainings you just mentioned? It was your, I couldn't see the category. Yeah, it's under promotions?
Presentations.
Presentations. Okay, that makes sense.
Yes.
Great.
So this is
Got it.
Envision down there. And ethos, I thought ethos was down there. I'm looking for ethos now. Great.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's under training over here.
Okay. Oh, so there's training and there is presentations. Okay, got it.
Well,
Oh, you know what? If you go, it's under videos. I saw the ethos.
oh, videos. Okay.
Yeah.
I know it's hard sometimes to figure out where they put it. So
And
it's
Debbie,
the
it is
ethos is
so
under video.
wonderful to hear your voice again.
Not sure about that. It's still low. I've still got my ears still clogged. I don't know. I'm still not quite right. It's weird.
But you've come a long ways.
I have come a long way. Jackie doesn't have to speak to me. She was very happy about that. Here's the Ethos Academy, and that's under videos because they filmed it. So I don't know. It'll be interesting. I don't know why this isn't. Let's see what this does. Or is that just the PowerPoint? Oh, so they didn't film. I mean, it's not the film. I thought. All right, so this is what he did. This was his PowerPoint that he did at Envision. So here's his medical stuff. All right, well, so I don't know what they're going to do with the. I know they recorded it, so I don't know if they're going to put it on YouTube. I'll have to ask that.
Debbie, but let's say for prior years, we could find the Ethos Academy in one of those categories, like, for example, under training or videos or something?
It's under training.
Under training. So
I mean,
prior
it's under
years.
videos. It's under videos.
Right.
I'm sorry.
I see.
And
yeah,
the
prior
Ethos.
years. Okay.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yes. Yeah. In other words, prior year Ethos trainings would be under, I guess, training or videos.
It's under videos. It's right.
Okay.
It's right here.
Excellent.
It's about halfway down. If you click on that, it goes to YouTube, and then you can click on the Ethos, the Corporate Soul, E2PC, ego and economics over principle and purpose above ego and economics.
That's good.
Flow, anatomy of peace, and he did them like within about 5 minutes each one or so. It looks like 5 to 6 minutes.
Okay, that's great to know. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's him actually doing it. So, but these are all the videos we have. So of course there's the Genesis founders video, and now there's a whole bunch. The new athletic one. So, and it's good to go in and just look at those to see which ones, if you like any of them, and if they would be appropriate for any of your people, because you can send them these also. And if you want to send them, you can just click on this and send them via email. I don't know if you know that that's what these are for, but that's, if I wanted to send something to one of you, I could just put 2 and then put Roxanne 7, and then she'd get the Ethos Academy playlist, and I'd hit send. And I could say something right there. So that's what all those little envelopes are for. And then if you click on the I, it tells you the ASEA Genesis Founders video, which it says right there anyway, but I don't know why they put that in there. But anyway. Okay, so that's it as far as your library. I've asked for questions. Is there anything else that you guys would like to know more about?
You know, one thing that I'd like to know is in my Genie is like when I send someone a video, see, I've looked around there and I'm seeing a lot of different videos, but I haven't actually seen Amazing Molecules or a shorter video. So I think I'm just doing something wrong.
So what are you looking for? I'm sorry.
Let's say amazing molecules, where
Yeah.
I can track that I sent it through Genie and see if someone's actually opened it up.
Oh, well, then you have to go through Genie.
Okay,
You
because
have to send it to them through Genie.
okay, then what I'll have to do is look around a little bit more. I've looked at all the videos, I just haven't seen that one.
You haven't seen which one? Redox Life or the
Or
Redox
like,
Breakthrough?
amazing molecules.
It's under a different name in Genie.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Okay. Maybe that's why I couldn't find it,
The
Diane.
Redox, you want the Redox Breakthrough, the 13-minute one?
Yeah, yeah.
I know it's harder to find it here,
Okay.
but if you go to library and you go to videos, and I'm going to move this over here so I can see.
Oh, wait a minute. I see it. The ASEA Opportunity, Amazing Molecules. Yep.
Well, that's the ASEA Opportunity. That's about the business. Here's the usage guide with amazing molecules. I mean, you'll see it with amazing molecules on it, or you
Okay.
should.
I see what you mean. Okay.
But they do have a lot of videos here. Here's the ASEA ethos right there in Genie too. Here's the Redox Breakthrough with amazing molecules right there. It's in number 4. So it's Discover ASEA products.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Does everybody know who Jeff Mockney is? He works for Bioagilytics, so one you might want to listen to. He's one of the ones that tests our batches to make sure that there's redox molecules in every batch. All right. Okay, so that's what you'd have to click on.
Thank you.
You have to go through and look in Genie, that's for sure, because there's a lot of stuff in there, which is good and bad. All right, so any other questions of anything else?
Nope.
Just remember, if you want any of those changes made, to call us as soon as possible, as soon as you realize it. So just kind of remember to go in, especially after you've signed someone up, especially as you're first getting started, and make sure they're where you want them, they're under the right person, all that kind of stuff, because you really only have 7 days, and you don't want to sign them up under somebody else accidentally and then you not be able to get them back, because they won't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just letting you know. I've dealt with that before. All right. I can try to think of something else.
Well, Debbie, I personally think it's a wrap. You
Think
did
it's a
such a good job. You've enlightened us. We're ready to go.
Okay, then.
I second that, Debbie.
Okay, no problem.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to stop the recording.